Shalom Israel, Shalom. It's your brother Isaiah back with another video, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. All praises due. Double honors to King David. And today, y'all, we're going to talk about being about it, being about this truth, walking in this truth. We got to understand, man, this word is basically an instruction manual on how to live as a righteous man of the Most High. Because He's poured out our spirits on us. Not the entire planet. Only Israel. And the elect. In this time period. So, knowing that, and we just got to make sure that we're applying this word to our life. Because what good is the word if you're not applying it? You know, it does you absolutely no good. So let's see some precepts, man. Let's go to James chapter 1. I'm going to go to verse 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. So, going back to verse 22, we gotta live out this word. We can't just listen to it and then it not apply to our lives. No. You gotta allow this word to soak in your spirit, man. You got to. It's essential. You can't call yourself 144 and you're not living out the word. How are you gonna be able to govern the entire heathen nations and our people as well if you're not living out the word? If you're not meditating on this word and living it out, using this wisdom as the Most High has commanded us to live in a wicked ass world, because it's not easy. That's why Yahushua says, "Enter ye in at the straight, narrow gate." It's difficult. That's what straight means. Strait means difficult. It's not easy being a righteous man in this wicked ass world. You know, we can fall sometimes into temptations, but you know what the scriptures say, for a just man falleth 7 times, but riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Proverbs 24:16, I believe. So, that's what we gotta do, man. We gotta live this shit out. You know, you're not in the right spirit if you're not living out this word, man. You know, transcendence is all about rulership, right? Getting into that rulership mindset, as KD has said, right? So, if you're truly in the spirit and that transcendence mindset, you're going to be applying this word, because we are going to be teaching these other nations on how to live righteously. It's not in them. Just like, well, we went off, right? And we wanted to follow the ways of the heathen, so the Most High gave us into the ways of the heathen. And basically, they beat into us a false god, Jesus. You know, that's why the first slave ship was called the good ship Jesus, I believe. So, just like they beat their false doctrine into us, all this wickedness, all this shit, we're going to beat righteousness into them. Tables are going to be turned. We're going to beat it into them, just like they beat it into us. We're going to have to be whooping their ass saying the Most High's name. And if they mess it up, we're going to whoop their ass 10 times harder. Like, that's how it's gonna go. That's the mindset we gotta be in. Literally. So we gotta make sure, man, that we're applying this word to our lives, man. And every situation that you go through, this word has something to do with it. Why? Because the Most High, He's He basically guides our steps, right? It's all throughout this book. He guides our steps. That's what He does. That's what He does, man. So, knowing that, we gotta make sure that we're living in this out, man. I can't stress that enough. And I've gone through this before, but I just want to touch on it again so we understand and know how important this is. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 13. Moreover, by the means of her I shall obtain immortality, and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. Here's the meat, verse 14, Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 14. I shall set the people in order, and the nations shall be subject unto me. How are we going to set the people in order? Through this wisdom. Through this wisdom. That's how we're going to do it. There's no other way to do it. You know, Yahweh and Yahushua, they're righteous. If we're not getting it from them, who are we going to get it from? Nobody. They are the only ones that are righteous. Fully. Inside and out. Righteous. They know how to govern. If they know how to govern us, they know how to govern these other nations. They know how to govern everything. Let me just say everything. By the way, the hand of the Most High, everything was created. You know, going back to John, I believe it's 1 and 3, if I'm not mistaken. Without Him, nothing was made. So, knowing that, it's all going to be through His word on how we're going to govern these other nations. Just got to meditate on that, man. Because we are the examples for our nation. Remember that. We've been called to a great work for the Most High. It's going to be for eternity. This shit ain't going to stop, man. You got to let that sink in too. We're going to be governing for eternity. It's not going to stop. There is no end. Literally, there is no end. None. It's Proverbs 8 and 33. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. That's what we got to do. We got to take in this instruction. We got to be wise with it. Use it properly. And of course, not refuse it. Which it's not in us to refuse it because we are the elect. We listened to Yahushua back then. You know. We didn't refuse His wisdom back then, so we damn sure ain't going to refuse it now. So, knowing that, got to keep ourselves on track with that. You know. Because sometimes we can kind of fade off in a way where we're thinking carnally, and we know the spiritual aspect of way to deal with a certain situation, you know. Let's go to Psalms 119, 105. It says, Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. This word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. It's a light. This wisdom is light. See, this lamp had been shut off for many years. Most High turned it off. He said, nope, shutting that shit off. Bulb broken, you know? Bulb was broken, but he turned it back on, and he was the only one that could do it. He was the only one that could turn that lamp back on in us, in our spirits. Once we finally woke up to this truth, our spirits were quickened again. We were alive again. That's why we get this truth now. That's why it makes so much sense to us. Because we know the concept of regeneration. We know we've been here before. It only makes sense that we've been here before. You can't be getting this truth just now in this lifetime. You think the Most High is just going, oh, I'm just going to drop it all on him in one lifetime? No. Most High don't work like that. No, he don't work like that, man. He don't work like that. It's been many generations of this. Getting this, of getting us right. Because he's been refining us through all these afflictions and being at the bottom and being the shit of the earth, man, for so many generations. But now we're in that time where we're going to be set up. We're going to be set up. All praises. So we can't take this for granted at all. This light is on. It's not going to be shut off ever again. That's his word. Yahushua said he would raise us up at the last day. So let's go to Psalms. Stay in the book of Psalms, chapter 25, verse 9. The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way. He's the meek. That's us. We are the meek. That's why the scriptures say the meek shall inherit the earth. See, you got to be humble to be corrected, for one. That's like one of the biggest things, being corrected. One. And this word, what does this? The scriptures say the word is? It's like a double-edged or two-edged sword. Hebrews 4:12, roughly paraphrasing. It's a two-edged sword. This word cuts. So, knowing that, the meek is going to be able to take those cuts, and keep it going. It'll heal up with time, but you got to take those cuts, man. Sometimes you got to take it humbly. That's a part of living out this word. It's a part of living out this word. You got to be humble with this. Always, no matter what. That's why the scriptures say, lean not unto thine own understanding. Proverbs 3 and 5. It's very, very vital that we live this word out, man. Very vital. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12, verse 24. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. I think tribute just means like bondage or slavery. I think when I read the Good News Translation, it kind of translated just like slavery or bondage. We got to be diligent. Being diligent is living out this word, is meditating on this word, is constantly seeking the Most High day and night. That's what we got to do. If we're diligent, we shall bear rule, ruling over these other nations. We got to be diligent, especially for the 144. It's very important. Very important. That you take heed to this word and you apply it to pretty much damn near each and every roadblock that hits you. There shouldn't be one roadblock that comes up in your life and you're not going to a scripture or trying to seek out the Most High and figure out on how to handle a situation. There's just no way. I don't even think you could call yourself elect not doing this. Spirit should always be moving within you 24/7. This flesh is going to fight against the spirit, but the spirit is always seeking the Most High, right? So we got to be diligent. I'm not going to say sometimes we're going to try to do something, and I've done it. And the Most High has checked me on it, And I just felt like this is why it was necessary to really bring this video out. And, because the Most High will check you, bro. You really don't want him to check you. You want to check yourself before he checks you. You don't want to ignore that feeling that you get in your gut or in your spirit. You know you probably shouldn't be doing something, but you're doing it anyways. You keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, keep doing it. Then Most High is going to get tired of it, and he's going to check you. You ain't going to like when he checks you. So govern your spirits accordingly. Let's get this last precept. Romans 16:26. And I'm going to hit another precept on this, but let's hit this real quick. But now is made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandments of the everlasting power, made known unto all nations for the obedience of faith. So we know this is not talking about these heathen nations. It's not. And I'm going to show you it's not, because if you go to Revelation 7 and 9, it says, After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. So when it's talking about all nations, it's talking about Israel. And what's the explanation for that? We've been scattered amongst the nations throughout the four corners of the earth. Throughout the four corners of the earth, we've been scattered amongst the nations. We even got confusion of face, right? Israelites that may look like a Japhite, but they may have, their father is Judah or Gad or whatever it is. If their father is from one of the tribes, even though they may be a confusion of face, they're still Israel, man. You are what your father is. So knowing that, this is what this word was made for. It is basically like a pretty much, I can't even say that. You can't even, I don't even think one scripture could summarize this entire, I don't know. But I'm going to read it again. It says, Romans 16:26, but now is made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandment of the everlasting power, made known to all nations for the obedience of the faith. Obedience of the faith. Wisdom. We got to be obedient to this word, because it's from the Most High. The Most High's word is his spirit in word form. So, knowing that, that's what this was for. To govern us as a people. Because you can't rule somebody without instructions and ordinances. You can't rule. You cannot rule. You can't just be like, oh, you can do whatever the fuck you want. No. No. That's not how it goes. We live by this word. This word is going to be with us for now until throughout all eternity. Ever since we woke up to this truth, man, it's never going away from us. He didn't wake us up just to, oh, I'm going to put you back to sleep. I'll give you a little taste of the truth and then just put you back to sleep. Most High is not like that. He's not cold like that. That would be cold though. To wake up and then he puts you right back to sleep. You know. And in a case, some have been like that, but they were never really with it in the first place. You know, the Most High may have put it on their spirit to draw themselves towards it, but he would never let them get all the way in. Never let them put that time and effort in to really live out this truth. Because if you're living out this truth and you're applying it to your life and you got the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai constantly running through your veins and, you know, just conducting yourself as a righteous man and doing the best you can, man, Most High, he's happy. That's all he wants you to do. Just listen. That's what we got to do. That's our hardest part about a people. We're hard-headed. We don't want to fucking listen. That's why only a remnant of us can be saved. Because 2/3 of our people don't even, they're too hard-headed. They're too hard-headed. It's only a small remnant each time. It's only going to be a little bit that's actually going to listen to the Most High. And he's going to make sure those that listen to him are saved, because those are precious. Because most of the nation is already got to get wiped out. They don't get it. They're too far gone in their mind. They love the heathen way. They love the ways of this wicked ass world. They got to be put down and brought back into the kingdom. But I feel like I've been rambling enough, y'all. Lord willing, you guys were edified though. Just want to end this video by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Mashiach, Yahushai. All praises due. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom.